You've seen me do so much Glitterhelm Cavern on insane difficulty runs for XP. It's one of the best XP ways in the game. But could I do Glitterhelm Cavern Nightmare hardcore difficulty, do you guys think? Probably not, but let's test it. First things first, I'm gonna need every single advantage I could possibly get when jumping into such a difficult challenge. I'm probably not even gonna be able to beat it, but I do really want to try my best and see the differences. I'm gonna go ahead and dump a ton of mana into this probably. I just reached over 1 billion mana, and I know that if I don't spend a shit ton now, I'm always gonna be terrified to go below 1 billion ever again, and that's just gonna be my mana floor, and I don't really want that. I should use my mana. I should abuse my mana. It's it's a very powerful thing, right? So let's go ahead and dump way too much mana into gear to an extent where it's probably going to hurt me, but at the same time, it's better for me, okay? It's definitely worth to do it. Let's go ahead and dump it into what item are we feeling? Maybe the helmet. The helmet's the most expensive right now and looks the best. Let's go pro mode. We're costing ourselves 423k per level up. I'm starting at 1 billion mana. I'm going to press shift. I'm going to dump it in, fellas. 1.4995. Our piece of gear is now level 50. Costing ourselves 1 million per. Should I just dump the whole thing? Go from 1 billion mana, max level this thing up. What's the max levels this thing can go up to? 81. Interesting. I'm going to keep that in mind. Let's go 60, 70, 70, 80, 79. Down. We just spent 100 million mana. Ugh, it kind of hurts. It's really not that. It's crazy. You could make a lot more mana per hour. It's totally fine. It's totally fine, but it just feels bad. You know, it's one of those things. It's totally fine, but it just feels bad. Let's put it up to level 80, and then the next level is going to be a max level. Do I have a commenter to name this after? I honestly don't have any offhand that I'm super inclined right now to name after, so make sure to leave some comments on this if you want your name to be named after this helmet. If you want to be named after any pieces of gear in my Dungeon Defender's journey, make sure to leave nice comments or helpful comments or critiquing comments put in a polite way is really important. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and move on and go pro. We're going to store up some of these max level pieces of gear, essentially. I'm going to go ahead and dump more into attack rate here. Would be super nice. What's the max level on this piece of gear? 73. I'm going to go right around it, but not quite up to 73. We're going to do more into it. I need attack rate, I think. We're going to go up to 72. I really need attack rate. I think my attack rate is 670, but my damage is 930. However, dude, if I can get 70 more defense damage, that would be my first over 1k. Oh, I definitely want to do that. What's the max level on this piece of gear? 82. Okay, let's pro mode our way up to around that. 981, 994. There it is. 1000, 1007. Wow, I just got my first plus 1000 in a stat. That's fucking incredible. We have 3 pieces of gear right at their pretty much max level. Let's do this for our body plate as well. Look how much mana I've spent as well. I kind of forgot about that. Let's dump all of this into it. I think all of this into attack rate. Literally all of it. What's the max level for this thing? 72. Pro mode. I need the attack rate. Let's go up to 71. Bam. There we go. 736 attack rate. 1000 damage. We just spent 400 million mana in minutes. But thankfully, using my new strategy that I figured out last episode, I can pretty easily farm around 460 million mana every hour. So even though I spent that much mana, it's an hour's worth of mana essentially, which is pretty ridiculous. So I'm happy with it. Let's go ahead and jump into our challenge for today. Nightmare difficulty, hardcore mode, Glitterhelm Caverns. I don't know if this is going to be possible, but man, is it going to be fun to try. I should have put up all my alt account heroes. Let's go back. I want to do that in the tavern so I have plenty of time to, I'm going to be on a timer to build. And I don't want to be stressed during this. So let's return really quick, get all of our heroes out and about for the XP farming, and then we'll jump back in. The heroes I'm going to have out are going to be my Huntress, since it still needs level 74, my Series EV and my Summoner, my Barbarian, and my the other guy, the Monk, are going to be taking the back seat for today, unfortunately. Maybe I'll switch them in if it comes to it, but let's go ahead and jump back into the map and see if I can even do this. I'm really excited to see how difficult this is. Let's grab our first bits of mana. So usually I would just do 1 harpoon tower here on the first start of the wave. Is that going to be strong enough here? I'm not sure. I'm going to do, for the first run, I'm just going to do the normal build that I would do for insane difficulty. And then I'll just have to, if that doesn't work, we'll adjust and we'll change things up. But for insane difficulty, I would just do, you know, my typical. I would do double harpoon here usually for the first wave. I don't think I need to actually. It might be better to have this only be one harpoon for the first wave and then readjust. I don't know how much HP these things are going to have. There are some wyverns coming in as well this wave. Let's jump down here. Let's head across the bridge and do this area and make sure I don't forget the one harpoon that absolutely has to be facing towards this way. Now, there's going to be some djinns and spiders. That's going to be the biggest difference. The biggest difference is going to be the djinn and spider spawns because I don't know where those are going to be at and where I might need to place towers to actually take care of that. So that's going to massively change things. This is pretty normal so far. Let's go ahead and place. I probably do want to place double harpoon here since this area can be really tricky and really hard to get to come help defend. So I'm going to start this area off with double harpoon. And when I come back, I'll add a third harpoon and probably a slice and dice. But for now, let's do that. Let's head across the bridge again. And then once over here, I am going to place a tower that I normally wouldn't do, at least at this part of the game. I'm going to go ahead and place one here. This is going to act as a backup tower that's going to allow me to take care of any minions that get through either side, as well as take care of any djinns or spiders that come over to this area directly. And then I'm going to place this here. Or do I want to slice and dice? I probably just want to slice and dice here. That's probably better in that area. Then I'll jump over here. I've got 60 seconds, so my build time is pretty reasonable. Come over here. I want to go ahead and place a harpoon here to take care of all the wyverns. Ideally, I only have one harpoon taking care of that crystal, but I might need to add a second one. I'm also going to get mana really quickly here pretty soon, which is going to allow me to obviously build more towers and everything, which will be super nice. So let's put a guy there and a slice and dice here. Any ogres in the first wave? I'm worried about where more wyverns are going to be coming from as well. I'm not out of mana entirely, okay? So I'm going to control G, jump into the wave, see how difficult this gets, and just try to get mana wherever possible here. Get more mana so that I'm able to build more towers. Like, I feel like this section is going to need support. I feel like like that guy's trying to golden guy spawned. Oh, yeah, I need a slice and dice here like ASAP or something here ASAP. This crystal's already under attack. Thankfully, it did go down. This got moved by a Sharknado. Okay, so this section for sure needs a harpoon to deal with the Sharknado. Everything's dying. That's not good. This section needs a harpoon here. I'm somehow still surviving, but the crystals are under attack constantly. We're going to move our harpoon here. Some harpoon went down. What section is currently under the most attack? This one's in trouble? I don't know how. How did this one lose with the double harpoon? So this build was not good enough. I don't know what happened, but okay. It wasn't terrible. I think I might be able to beat this first wave. The issue is, even if I can beat this first wave, I really doubt this first wave is ever going to give me more XP. Or like, there's no way I'm going to be able to beat the whole map ever. There's no way I'm strong enough to beat this whole map yet. So that's the real problem, right? Like, how do I get strong enough to beat the whole map once? Which is, I'm so far from that. So what ends up happening here, that was so strange. How did this djinn, I don't know how this djinn, like, got behind like that. That was, okay. This area maybe needs a little more help somehow. I don't know how, though. I'll have to just come check it, I guess, during the wave. I'm going to try a similar build again. And if I can't beat it this time, I'll probably just jump back into insane difficulty. It's just not meant to be if I can't beat it this time. And I have some XP grinding to do today. I want to get my Huntress level 74 to be able to equip that leather armor that I stored on it previously. So worst case scenario, I get level 74 on my Huntress today. You know, worst case scenario. This is looking fine. Let's go do our normal setup. I'll see you guys when I'm ready to start the wave. I put double harpoons over on that side this time, so hopefully that helps out. I'll probably put double harpoons over here as well, like I did previously. All right, after thinking it over, I do think slice and dices are just pretty much always too greedy on the first wave. So if I do want some sort of blockade, I probably go with a bouncer blockade, if anything. I'm going to try to keep that in mind here. Same thing as last time, I'm going to put the extra backup harpoon here. That should be good. I'm really curious to where that djinn came from that one location. I am just kind of shocked by that. I don't know how he flew over or what happened. Or I have no idea, but let's continue as normal. I want to place this harpoon down here. I'm then going to place this harpoon over here. And if I do anything else over here, it's probably just going to be a bouncer blockade, but we'll see. I think I'm honestly down to use this 120 mana like elsewhere. I think this area is fine. I could be wrong. Maybe I'll regret that. I might have to come. Yeah, there's no ogres over there. Where's the only ogre spawn? Let's check where that's at. How many ogre spawns are there? There's 4 djinns, 6 sharkins, 16 spiders, and then I think there's an ogre spawn, 4 wyverns. I don't know where to see the ogre spawn. I'm pretty sure the ogre spawn is over here, but it's not telling me that, which is a little funny. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a extra. I could do the harpoon here. It's an aggressive build. Let's do it. It's an aggressive build, but it's interesting. So I'm gonna try that. Here comes one of the djinns. I wonder if that's where one of the djinns like went under and through there. We'll see. Let's grab some mana. Put an upgrade on this. Continue to pressure. The djinn has a lot of HP. I've been one to make fun of djinns throughout this playthrough. Oh, something went down. Let's sprint over. I'm going to Blood Rage here in a quick sec. Everything is going down. It's a djinn is overriding this area. Okay, man. So now this area needs more support. Okay, way more support. I'm just dead. Oh no. Yeah, I'm super dead. Wasn't able to build a harpoon. I feel like beating the first wave is possible here. I'm so curious how much XP I would gain doing beating the first wave. But I think at this point, it's just not worth my time. The rewards aren't really there. It was a fun little limit test, but I think I am going to move on, sadly. Very sadly. I'm going to move on to just doing some insane XP. Let's just do some XP training, guys. It is hilarious that I even tried to attempt this. I'm going to be honest, like, since my current Nightmare difficulty storyline run, I just beat, like, Magus Quarters. I still have to do Alchemical Laboratory. So the idea of me jumping all the way at Glitterhelm was kind of extremely ambitious, to say the least. But I guess now today's video becomes all about getting level 74 on my Huntress. So let's just jump into some normal, insane difficulty runs and see how much XP I can get. Fun fact, as I'm recording this, I record all my videos ahead of time to a decent extent. This is actually the farthest I've ever been scheduled in terms of Retro Pat. But as I'm recording this, it's currently December 8th, Friday. Okay, December 8th, Friday. I started exporting a special video on Wednesday, the 29th of November. Well, I've been exporting a video for over a week now for this channel for Retro Pat, and it's the loot from 1 hour of insane Glitterhelm Caverns XP farming. Now, that may need to get re-exported and fixed because something clearly broke to where it's been exporting for over a week. It's literally still exporting right now as I'm recording this, which is just ridiculous to say the least. So that might have to get changed. I'll probably have to. I think it's because I did a little montage and I put it on 16 times speed, and I think that's just too much. Like an hour-long montage on 16 times speed, I think is just too much processing. So that montage will either get cut. You guys will have seen that way before this video. The montage will either get cut or get fixed, or something will happen. Maybe I'll turn the footage into its own video or something of the sort. We'll have to see what happens. I like to show you guys everything, whether it's in 1 time speed or 16 times or whatever. I like to show you guys every little piece of footage, every little piece of progress that happens on this account, because I do think it's interesting to have it all logged, you know. But unfortunately, this may be the first time where something is just physically out of my control, I guess, with it, and it may have to be adjusted. I'm gonna go ahead and start the first wave now. If I remember correctly, these runs should take me around 10 minutes or so, and I should be able to get 2 million XP or so per run, which is pretty darn ridiculous. So it's very, 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 very good, to say the least. I'm gonna go ahead and put a slice and dice here just for when the ogres do start to come. This spot can get a little sketchy. This should be the first wave complete essentially here in a sec. We're gonna add more harpoons, add more support, add another harpoon over here. These wyverns can get tricky. I feel like I used to fail these runs a bit here and there, but I feel like there's no way I can fail these runs anymore. I feel like I've finally like outpaced my XP and my stats and my powers and everything being what they are. I don't even know if there's a possibility I failed this run at this point. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the next wave, and we'll see if I eat those words. A super huge part of Dungeon Defenders is getting fast enough and efficient enough to just jump into the next wave over and over and over again each time. Jumping into the waves faster and faster just helps out tremendously. I do want to pop as many chests as possible, since it does significantly increase the amount of mana I'll get as a reward each wave. But it's not mana that I super care about here, obviously. It's much more so the XP per hour. I'm going to put a slice and dice here. For the sake of time, almost, I could arguably just put like a bouncer blockade or something. Should have plenty of defense units. I feel like I always have extra defense units on this map at this point, to be totally honest. Let's jump over here. Place a slice and dice here just because I can. I'm going to spam Control G here in a split sec right here. And if I'm going for XP, this is one of those maps where it's so important that I try to avoid hero damage and such when possible. Because I'm going to Blood Rage here to get through this little gap just to stay as safe as possible. Because, yeah, avoiding hero damage is super important here. Which is why I actually want to go ahead and take the time to run away from the edges on my Huntress. Run away from the towers and get all my guys safely put over here, you know, so they don't get damaged. They should get, I'm pretty sure it's per hero, they should get extra XP boosts if they don't take damage either. So definitely worth doing in my opinion. Let's pop all these chests that are possible. I'll have to head over to this area and give it some assistance, as I saw a ninja get past, which is not ideal. So let's sprint over here, go give this area a nice little slice and dice support. And there's that wave complete. These waves are getting done faster than ever, I will say. It's pretty crazy. I'm going to go ahead and Control G here as soon as possible. I'm going to set up a third harpoon. Went ahead and Control G'd already. Look how fast we get this. I'm going to Blood Rage. Blood Raging is actually probably becomes wildly worth it here. Let's go ahead and hop across the bridge. I almost jumped so far that I almost jumped off the map. That was pretty terrifying. Yeah, Blood Rage is becoming more and more worth it for sure, honestly. I want to not take damage on my Squire here if possible, but I want to pop all these chests. I'm so fast with Blood Rage, dude. It's actually so nice. We're going to put a little upgrade there. All of this is looking pretty good. We're going to avoid the explosion damage, put an upgrade on this, though. Take off our Blood Rage, come over here, put an upgrade. Okay, a little sketchy, but we're fine. Upgrades all around. I have like 1 or 2 more towers to build. Watch out for this ogre. I need to go... Do I need to actually support that area over there? I think that area is mostly fine. I think I'm fine from here. I think with terms of like towers built, my support is good. I think I just need... Didn't take any damage, which is awesome. I think I just need to level up stuff and spam through the waves as fast as possible. I'm going to head over to this area just to level up the towers over here. Hopefully not taking any damage from the ninjas in the process. They can like get really scary and jump over and deal some damage. If they do, it's not the end of the world, but I do lose like 30% of my XP for the round. So it is significant. Like taking damage on these waves genuinely is a huge loss. I'm going to Blood Rage here to pop this chest, and hopefully I dodged damage there. I'm pretty sure I didn't take damage there. It was kind of close. The ninja actually swung at me. It was pretty close, but I think I'm fine. Back to the mainland. I want to go ahead and pop some upgrades here just to mostly heal stuff. But why not as well? Did a little more damage and stuff and just help them out. Making pretty good time, I feel like, so far. I don't know exactly how good it is, but it feels pretty good to me. More upgrades. I actually need more mana, hilariously. I'm going to Blood Rage through here, though, to dodge everything. Perfect. This area needs a lot of support, actually. I'm glad I came over. It's good to always come check stuff. Ogres do spawn over here. I'm going to not get exploded by a kobold. Okay, we're fine. Looking good. Pump some upgrades into the slice and dices over here. And some basic upgrades into the harpoons. Don't have enough for this, but I'll do one more into this. Final wave here. Controlling G as soon as possible. See how fast I can get through this. Pop this chest. Pop whatever chests I can. Looking pretty simple. I'll see you guys at the end of it. You can see I've actually already gained over 2 million XP, which is incredible here. So I'm excited to see if I can... I wonder if it's possible to push 3 million on this map. If you like get the 30% boost every single wave, I wonder if it's doable. All right, here it is. End of the wave should trigger here in a quick sec. Excited to see how much total mana was gained. We're currently at 2.8 before even getting the end of thing bonus. Up to 2.8. Oh, come on. Can I actually reach 3 million? 2.88, 2.9 million XP we're about to hit. I don't think it has enough gas to hit 3 million XP, but I think it would be increasing a lot faster. But 2.9 million. Yeah, it's slowing down. That's wild. It's still going, but it's slowing down. 2,910,704 XP. That is just ridiculous. That is insane. Different amounts were gained all around. As you can see, like the Summoner gained 2.6. The Series EV, I think, gained 2.6. The Huntress gained a fair bit. Let's go ahead and put some level ups. And I need to respec this at some point for sure. Let's put our level ups into the Huntress. Go ahead and been putting everything into hero damage on her, honestly. I might need to respec at some point. They also gained 2.7, 2.6. They must have been hit and taken some damage in one of the rounds. But that's, man, the fact that I can almost hit 3 million XP gain there is pretty wild. I wonder if it'll show me. I should have at the end of the thing stats. I wanted to see how long that took, but I forgot. That's incredible, though. I definitely want to jump back in. How much more XP do I need on my Huntress to actually get to 74 is the next question. I need around, I'm at 13.4 out of 18. So I do need to do, what, 2 more runs? How much XP? I need 5 million XP. Yeah, 2 runs. Okay, 2 more runs, and I should have level 74 on the Huntress. Awesome.
All right, 2 more runs into level 74 on my Huntress. Here is the start of one of those runs. And here's the end of that first run, pushing around 2.4 million XP, it seems. Let's go large screen and see. My Huntress is at 16.1. Got 2 points as well. 1 more run should be level 74. Well, let's just run it back really quick. Why not? All right, and then here is the end of that second run right about here. We got 2 more minions up. Everything's complete. Wave complete. A ton of mana coming in. Ton of XP. That should be enough to get my Huntress to level 78. Yeah, I can barely see it off in the corner. My Series EV also got a level. So we got a level on the Series EV and 74, the big level on the Huntress. Let's head back to the tavern and distribute this stuff. All right, here we are back at the tavern. Let's swap over to our Huntress. We'll do the EV first. Get level 75. Not as important, not as cool, but why not, I guess. Let's go ahead and pump it into HP. I love the level up animations of every hero being so different and cool. Is very interesting. Hop on over to the Huntress. Let's go ahead and do our level. I've just been pumping so much into hero damage. This Huntress definitely needs to be respect, and I don't know the best way to do it. I was interested in making a PvP Huntress, or not really PvP, but just like player damage, hero damage orientated. But I don't know if it's actually a good idea. I feel like it's almost better. It seems almost better to build a hero in like traps are almost always better, it seems like, you know. Traps are just so important. It's obviously a tower defense game, but I thought it'd be interesting to try to go for a full damage hero. It seems like the barbarian is like one of the only ones really geared towards doing that, but I don't know, man. For now, I mean, I'll go ahead and put 4 in here and then 3 here, I guess, and I don't know, we'll probably respec at some point soon, so it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is level 74 on it, so I can go ahead and go over and equip the full leather set of armor that I have stocked and prepared for this hero. Let's go ahead and sell off these 4 random pieces of gear. We'll just do that really quick. Someone told me that pressing L can like lock and unlock items a lot more casually, which has been really, really helpful, honestly. So good little tip. I do appreciate that. I do use that quite often nowadays. But there we go. Here's our Huntress with full mythical gear. Our stats have just absolutely gone bananas. We've got the Nessie pet. I do have a new weapon I want to equip as well. Let's find what I wanted. I don't remember exactly what I wanted for it. Maybe this is the gun. Maybe this isn't the gun. Are any of these guns actually good? Let's see how this works. Let's see how this shoots. I love seeing how the different Huntress guns shoot. This is a grenade launcher, I'm pretty sure. So it's going to lob. Oh, wow. This is a very strange use gun. Is it really worth the DPS with it being so short range? I mean, this would be good on challenge maps that limit my range anyway. That's kind of the genius thing about this gun. Like, this would have been really good for the chicken challenge probably, or for certain challenges that, you know, limit your range anyway. Might as well have that increased damage, right? Interesting. But thank you guys for watching this episode. 72 Dungeon Defenders videos have been made. It's kind of crazy to think about. A lot of different progress has been made. A lot of different rambles and rants have happened. And I appreciate you guys joining me for this entire journey. If you've watched every single episode, or even like a majority of the episodes in the series, I am unbelievably humbled and honored by that. That's an unbelievable, it's just a wild thing to think for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully it was worth your time. Hopefully some good entertaining background Dungeon Defenders content while you yourself are grinding. Like the video if you thought so, dislike if not, and subscribe for daily uploads. I'll see you guys later. Be Sereno.